A heart that's full up like a landfill. A job that slowly kills you. Bruises that won't heal. You look so tired and unhappy. Bring down the government, 'cause they don't speak for us. I'll take a quiet life, a handshake of carbon monoxide, and no alarms and no surprises. No alarms and no surprises. No alarms and no surprises. Silent, silent. This is my final fit, my final bellyache, with no alarms and no surprises. No alarms and no surprises. No alarms and no surprises, please. Such a pretty house with such a pretty garden. No alarms and no surprises. No alarms and no surprises. No alarms and no surprises, please.
All right, Rudy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it. I love that you chose to do Radiohead to start this episode. What did that song mean to you? What does Radiohead mean to you? Is it like one of your biggest influences?
Yeah, they're probably, it's probably between them and Modest Mouse for like my favorite bands of all time.
Yeah.
And I picked No Surprises just because it's, you know, I don't really play covers super often, but I do have ones that I always return to, and that's just felt right. You know, I've always loved that song. I think it's just a really pretty song.
Yeah.
I like a lot of pretty stuff. So,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful stuff. Well, I've known you for a while. You're an amazing guitarist, producer, singer. You can do everything.
Thanks.
I've heard you do it all. And you've done a lot of stuff on my songs, which I've always appreciated. When things are beyond my grasp, I usually turn to you. And yeah, it's just it's amazing stuff. And your style I love the most because you actually can play the guitar, and the intricacies of your tapping, not obnoxious. It's like beautiful. It's a lot of melody. It's not like showing off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I try like I strive to keep it that way because I feel like a lot of people, and there's even like memes about it on Instagram now, that it's like every guitar influencer, it's like everybody who taps, it's like just play the guitar. It's like I always try to use tapping as a means of like elevating whatever is being played, or like, you know, making it melodic,
highlighting, conveying an emotion.
And a lot of the times it's like when I'm writing something, it's like, for my own music at least, it's like I'm usually the only guitar player. So it's like, you know, sometimes you want two guitar players. So I kind of figured out how to be two guys at once. Yeah,
fill in all the space, the air. Yeah, it really is awesome. And you're in like 8 million bands. So when did you first start Bristler?
So Bristler's kind of like a continuation of, I used to have a band called Wetbrain, but Bristler really started, what was that, 23, 24, something around there. Okay. So it's fairly new. I mean, the record was done originally as a Wetbrain record, but then, you know, COVID hit and it was just like, what are we doing? Like, we can't do anything.
Can't get anyone to come out. And
it's like, you can't play shows, you can't do anything. So we sat on it for a while, and then the band, you know, broke up, went our separate ways. I started playing with a million different people. Yeah. And then, you know, when it came time to like put the record out, it was kind of like, oh, let's go get Biff, let's get Dana, and then that's kind of what we did.
Yeah. What is your mindset? So like being in so many different projects, do you feel like you need to adapt to what they're doing, or do you feel like I need to do what I do and kind of elevate what everyone else is doing?
I always approach everything musically that I do, no matter who I'm working with or what hat I'm wearing at the time. The song is the king. The song, serving the song. It's like, I'm not going to like, I don't want to just, it's not about me. It's about the song. So it's like whatever fits, you know? Yeah. I mean, I mess around with different styles and stuff. And it's like, you know, if it's like a rock song where I have to kind of just lay back and rock, I'm going to lay back and rock. If it's a song where I could be like a little more expressive or do whatever, I do try to throw little flavors of myself into everything. I mean, I think that's also kind of just naturally what happens after.
Yeah, that's just being a guitar player. Everyone kind of has their personality.
Yeah, your little quirks, or what do I always call them, like your cliches. There's always like the little cliches that you hit that you can't really control. They just come out. It's like, you know,
it's like a fingerprint.
Right. Exactly.
It's just like, that's who you are.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm always actively trying to serve the song, and especially in like a collaborative, like writing session, it's like, you know, if somebody's like, you're a little busy, or you're not busy enough, like, or make it a little more like disjointed and dirty. Like, you know, I'll do that.
Yeah. I feel like, especially you, but a lot of the studio musicians I've used with Pat over the years, I always know it's them. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and that's kind of what you want. Yeah. Like, it's if you're just like, all right, I'm just going to do what I think you want to hear, it kind of gets, it's mundane. Nobody wants to hear it.
It's like, you got to get it, you got to put a little flavor in it. Yeah. You know, you got to spice it up a bit.
Yeah. And I wanted to actually highlight one of the songs that are on your Apple and Spotify, all over every kind of platform you can listen to. If we could play the first song, please. Skipping Rocks. See, just listening to that little clip of it, I love how you integrate like the fast-paced drumming, but with a very laid-back, melodic, melancholy sound.
Thanks.
I love that style of music. It's so good.
Yeah, this whole album was just kind of like going into it, I was like, I want something that's, to go back to what I said in the beginning, like chill and pretty.
Yeah.
But still sonically interesting and cool. And that beat was like lifted directly from a Mars Volta song. And I was like, what's the polar opposite thing that I could do with this beat that would be like, not Mars Volta-y, but also still have that propulsion kind of a thing.
It reminds me a lot of a Postal Service a little bit.
Cool. I love Ben Gibbard.
Yeah, he's
in Death Cab and
Yeah.
Postal Service. Everything he's doing,
Yeah, I always liked that kind of style. Like, take two things that shouldn't be together and mix it in.
Yeah, it's awesome. Find a happy medium that blends.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the name of the game, dude.
Yeah. Well, it's an awesome song.
Thank you.
So, when you start out with the songs, what starts first? Do you have like the chord progression? Do you have lyrics? How does the nucleus of a song begin?
It varies, man. Sometimes I just have guitar parts or like piano parts or whatever, or a drum beat. Sometimes it's just the vocals. Sometimes like it just gets beamed to you. You like, I don't know. I don't really know. It's kind of like it'll start with guitar parts and then I'll go, okay, now I need a melody. I need lyrics. I don't know. Sometimes the lyrics come first. Sometimes it varies quite a bit. There's been songs where, it comes from jamming. There's been songs that are planned. One of my more recent songs, it literally just came to me, vocals and lyrics straight up. And I was like, let me figure out the music that goes beneath it. Slept on it and then woke up and I was like, oh, I have a finished tune. So
it's always better when it's quick.
Yeah, it's like
it's always better. It doesn't matter what it is.
The biggest thing I toil over in terms of that is lyrics. I try not to think about not to get so caught up and
bent out of shape. Like I need I need a good line. I need that line to be like the chorus that people will remember.
Right.
And you kill yourself over it.
Yeah. For lyrically, but the melody and stuff, that all has always come naturally to me. I even remember back in high school taking a music theory class and you would have to do the 4-part writing on sheet music. And the teacher would always, every time I handed something in, he'd be like, man, you really have an ear for melody. So I always took that oh, that's cool. It helps me not overthink what I'm doing in that it's just what comes natural.
Oh, yeah. Well, someone told me once, the melody is what goes into the brain that you will remember.
Yeah.
Always. People will always forget the words.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
But the melody, that's what gets stuck.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, the song's not there.
Right. But that's why you got to have the words.
Yeah.
So that when they finally go back and say, what is he actually saying?
Yeah.
They go back and they go, oh, that's cool.
That's a cool story.
Yeah.
Yeah. With me, when I'm writing, I always feel like it's a catchphrase. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting way to say something.
Yeah, you get a line.
Yeah.
That's always how it starts. It's there's one line that I'm like, I don't necessarily know where this came from, but I feel something when I say it. And I find that over time a lot with lyrics specifically, the meaning or what I perceive the meaning of a song to be when it first comes out might be different. Down the road, I'll go, oh, that's actually what it's about. It's almost like it's kind of like a clairvoyance or something where you're just I knew something was going to happen that fit this whole narrative or whatever.
Yeah. Words are always, that's my biggest Achilles heel, man.
Yeah.
Words are rough.
That's one of my biggest things. I'm such a lyric guy, man.
Yeah. And what I also wanted to ask you about was when you're building the song, do you feel like you need specific sounds like guitars? Do you feel like I need this to have a Telecaster? I need this to do this? Or is it no, whatever I have around me, that's my tool. I'm going to use that.
So, I mean, my primary guitar is my PRS. I've had that thing forever. And it's just so versatile that it's I mostly think of terms in bright and dark. And I'm like, does this part need to be bright? Does this part need to be dark? Does it need distortion? Does it need a cool effect? Does it need whatever, you know. But it always starts with it's just a clean guitar, and I figure something out, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Especially like with the tap stuff, I'm like, okay, let me do that. Oh, that's cool. And then it's like, oh, well, what if I added delay to? Oh my god, that went from being cool to being insane.
Yeah, just a slight alteration.
Right.
And it's a completely different song.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever written a song where I'm just like, this is what I want to do. I know exactly where it's going to go. And then I change one thing, and it's not even what I thought it was going to be.
Well, that's the thing is like, as you go along, it's like all these doors start to open up, and you're just kind of like, oh, well, I could go that way. I could go that way. And then as you get more possibilities, it's, I don't remember what the phrase is, but it's like when you have too many options, it becomes overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but that's part of the fun is like, you get overwhelmed, you have all of these options. And then all of a sudden you're just like, okay, how can I get back to like the core of what this is with these new ideas kind of circling around or, you know, just in some way lending themselves to the original vision.
Yeah. It's definitely just, it evolves and it changes, and you just got to go for the ride, or you're just like, I ruined my song. I have to start over.
Yeah.
But I actually wanted to play another one of your songs, Counterclockwise, that I heard the other day, and this song's awesome.
Thanks.
Like your guitar playing's effortless. Like it just flows. It always does.
Thanks, man. It's always wild to go back and like listen to this because it's like I'm not like actively like, let me put my stuff on.
Yeah, let me put this on in the car and listen to myself for an hour and a half. And the vocal production, like what I love about this kind of vocal, it's not a live thing. You can't really capture that live.
Yeah.
But in the studio, it's a playground.
Yeah.
And you can layer these beautiful, like high harmonies.
Yeah.
And that's why I think like Death Cab and all them were so good at that shit.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hard to replicate in a live setting. But like I said, the studio, there's no limitation.
Right.
You can just, let's layer this 50 fucking times.
Yeah.
Make this sound
yeah.
awesome.
It's a lot of fun. I love vocals. I love doing vocals.
And it sounds great.
Thanks,
it really
man.
does. When did you record all this stuff?
Me and Pat did the drums for this in like October of 2019. And then it was like I started just doing everything else at home shortly after that. And then when the pandemic hit, I like had an existential crisis and was like, there's no reason to even finish this or do anything with this. So for like, I don't know, 6 months.
What's the point of it all, man?
6 months, I just got like stoned and played video games and was like, it doesn't matter, the world's ending. And then Pat was just like, no, you gotta finish this. The shit rips. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And then I just started going and I was like, you know, it went slow. And then eventually I was just like, wow, man, I made that.
Yeah.
This actually came out great. And I was like, this is cool. This is like it like reinvigorated me.
Of course.
Yeah.
It always does. It's like, that's there forever. That's me.
Right.
I put this out.
It's like a snapshot.
Yeah, it's a snapshot.
Yeah.
And you have to think to yourself, like, that's why you love it. Like it was silence. I think it was Keith Richards said, silence is a canvas for musicians. You have nothing. And then you made that. That's
always like, yeah, I've always said the notes that you don't play are the most important.
Yeah, exactly.
In the song.
But that's what I was saying about your guitar style, especially in this song. It's just, it flows, it's not busy, and it's almost like another vocal. It's not like you're chugging.
No, yeah, it's more like I kind of approached it. I think I wrote it on piano and then just figured it out.
Oh,
on
that makes
guitar.
sense to me now. Yeah.
I think I could be lying, but yeah, that one's such a bitch to play.
Yeah.
Like, play and sing at the same time. It's like a lot of that stuff can get like kind of challenging, but that's the fun part for me, is that it's just like, how do I do it? And then when you do it, and then everybody's like, how did you do that? It's like, I win. That's cool.
It's like when I watch like a Fish concert or something, I'm like, the amount of difficulty there of this song while Trey is singing it, while and Paige is playing every note on the piano, and he's singing harmony a third up. I'm like, how do these guys not screw up all the time? And they just sound so good.
Let me tell you, they screw up a lot. They just practice. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And anytime anybody asks me about stuff like that, like, how do you do that stuff and sing at the same time? It's always like, I just sit and fumble for 3 seconds and go, no, do it again, do it again, do it again. It's like mental illness. Just keep going.
Oh, that brought me back to a memory. When I was in college, I was in the music department at Rowan, and I had to do a classical guitar course. Basically, that was like my major in the music. I just wanted to get drunk. I don't know why I even went, but so basically, I'm in this classical guitar class, and my teacher, this guy Joe, he said, "All right, play this piece," and I couldn't read music at all. But I lied. I played like a piece I memorized, and I was looking at I was looking at the sheet, like pretending I was reading. And I got away with it for like a couple months, and then finally, he's like,
"You just put something.
Play that right now for me." I'm like, "Oh yeah, let me just get a look at it." No, right now, play it right now. I was like, I don't know how to read music. He's like, "You're in the music department. You don't know how to read music. That's a big issue." I was like, "If you can't do this 12 times in a row, 12 times in a row without messing up, you don't know it." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Try play it."
Yeah.
And I played it. It's like, after like, I came back a couple weeks later, he was teaching me how to read music. Every week I got a little bit better. And I was like, "Play this 12 times in a row without messing up." And I would get to like the 7th time and then, start over. And I'd go back to 1. But that helped me so much in life.
And can you read music now?
Yeah, I can read now.
Yeah. So then it was worth it.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
But like that mentality is like, if you don't know how to do this over and over and over again without making a mistake, you don't know the music and you're just going to screw up. So memorize it, do whatever you got to do. And that
even
really
if it's
helped.
like, and it's always like small increments. It's like, dude, like you might get like, I don't know, 2-3 notes into a riff and then you're like, you lose it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh man. And then it's like, but eventually after doing it so much, it's like, you'll have those 3 notes and then you'll have the next section and then you'll have the next section.
It's just, you got to grow. It's like a muscle.
It's a snowball.
Yeah, exactly. I tell everyone, like everyone always says to me, "Oh, I want to learn a guitar." I'm like, "Do you have one?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "That's the first step.
You got to get a guitar.
And you got to slowly learn something and learn it right and do it over and over again, then move on.
And you got to not give up.
Yeah.
A lot of people just bail.
Yeah.
A lot of people like can't, they just can't take.
Because the things in their head, they just aren't hearing with their hands. I'm like, yeah, you're not going to.
It's like,
going to take a while.
Especially if you don't, like even knowing something as simple as like the mechanics of how an instrument works.
Yeah.
Or how you're supposed to approach an instrument. Like you got to know something and go with it.
I mean, tuning almost made me quit. Because I have to do this every fucking time I'm playing.
My least favorite thing in the world is changing strings.
Yeah.
I used to be so bad at it. I've since gotten good at it, but like it's my biggest pet peeve as a musician is having to change strings.
Yeah, it sucks.
I hate it.
I want to take a second to talk to you about our sponsor, Loom. Loom is a juice-infused water drink that's absolutely delicious, no added sugar. This one is only 35 calories. It's called Aurora Orange, and it's my absolute favorite. Check it out at drinkloom.com and use the promo code That's Entertainment to get 15% off your first order. So later on in the show, you're going to play your song Jaguar Shark, but I wanted to just highlight one more song on your catalog. This is all on Apple Music, Spotify, anywhere music is played. Mm-hmm. All right, so this is Jaguar Shark, but it's the alternate take of the song. Yeah, man, the vocals are just great.
Thanks,
They really
man.
sound great.
That's cool because I always get like, I don't know, is my voice annoying? Is my voice too this? Is my voice whatever? Growing up, when I remember being a kid, it was like a lot of people were like, you can't sing. And I was like, all right.
Thanks.
And I was like, that feels good to hear.
Yeah.
But now it's like, it's funny. One of a dude I play with in the Tide Bends, the bass player MJ, he saw a video of me doing a solo show a couple weeks ago, and he was like, I didn't realize that you could like sing and play in such beautiful falsetto. And I was like, that means a lot to me, especially because he's so talented that it's.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, man, thanks.
It never hurts for reassurance.
Yeah.
Someone saying something nice.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
most of the time, people see your show, that it's like, and then they leave.
Good set.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I borrow your amp?
Yeah, that's you should be proud of these songs. They're production wise, they're great.
Thanks,
so you
man.
play guitar, bass, piano, what drums? You play anything
play-
you don't play?
Blown instruments like horns and woodwinds and stuff, and
Yeah,
like
I've tried.
know,
They're impossible.
some of like the stringed stuff. Like, I mean, I've never really sat down with a cello or a violin or anything, but you know, I have friends that play all that stuff, and so I try. And almost like if I sat for a couple days or like a couple weeks, I could probably like kind of just fudge little things. But yeah, predominantly it's guitar's the primary, drums are probably secondary, and then like, you know, bass kind of comes with knowing how a guitar works.
Yeah.
And then piano is I guess I'm like the least comfortable on piano, but like I do have an understanding of it. You know, music theory and stuff, like that's
Yeah.
kind of how I apply.
It's basically like a good way to like flavor the song, add more
Right.
parts.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, yeah, I can figure stuff out. It's just complex stuff on the piano takes me a long time to like get. It's one of those things where it's like, oh crap, do it again. Oh crap, do it again. Oh crap, do it again.
Yeah. It's like those concerts you go to and the singer like sits at the piano and plays like 2 chords.
Yeah.
And then they get up and never go back to it the entire show.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what's the point of why'd you do that?
Yeah.
But I can tell you can actually.
I mean,
play.
yeah, I can play. It's just like, it's probably the instrument I play the least.
Yeah.
But it is one of my favorites though. All of the notes are just there. You don't have to like struggle. You know, sometimes like with a guitar, it's like, that's another reason I got into the tapping stuff. It's like, oh, I want that note, but I don't have that note. Oh, the note's right here. I can get that if I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically like, because I think Eddie Van Halen was talking about it because he learned piano first. And I guess the way he was trying to explain it was the fretboard is my piano because he was using both hands.
Right.
And, which makes complete sense if you think about it. Like, because he's like a little Dutch guy. He's like, let me just, okay, I can figure this out. Because he was I've seen videos of him playing piano, and it's otherworldly how good Eddie Van Halen was.
I've never seen it.
Oh, dude. I saw a video of him on YouTube. He was on a grand piano, and he's just like going through it, just like, you know, when you see those Russians that are 12 and
Yeah.
they can do anything. That was him.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And-
Like
and
the kids
that's like-
that are like 7 that shred, like absolutely shred on piano.
But I have a theory about that, especially with guitar players. Like, there's a million kids that can play guitar, any song, and it's YouTube. It's because anyone can go on YouTube and just be like, how to play this. And there you go.
That's fair.
Because it doesn't make any sense to me how all these kids can play Stairway to Heaven when they're 5.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I also wanted to go into some videos, some music videos of what you've done with your other project, Yawn Mower.
Hell yeah.
There's a video called Rascal that I saw, and it's the song's awesome. What is your involvement with Yawn Mower? So you're basically playing lead guitar with them?
Yeah, more or less. Essentially, I met Yawn Mower years and years ago. I used to play drums in a band called Dentist.
Okay.
And when Yawn Mower started, they started playing with Dentist quite a bit. And then I met Mike and Biff. I had known who both of them were previously through just like being around town and stuff. And then, yeah, we played a bunch of shows together. And then it was like, when Pat had Tracks East and I was working up there with him, it would be like, oh, like Yawn Mower's coming in for a session, come in and, you know, sit and edit and do whatever. And so I would do that. And then they were like, oh, do you want to play on this track? Do you want to play on this track? Sure. And then over the pandemic, they were working on the album To Each Their Own Coat. And Mike was like, will you produce and engineer the vocals for me? And I was like, yeah, cool. And then
it just kind of kept going.
It kind of kept snowballing, and then it was
might
like,
as well just be in the band because you're doing so much.
So what happened was, after Wetbrain broke up, I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna play with a bunch of people. I was like, I'll just be the guy, you know. And I was doing that for a while, and Biff hit me up one day, and he was like, what are your plans for the fall? And I was like, I don't really have anything right now. He's like, do you want to like go on tour with Yawn Mower? And I was like, yeah, that'd be sick. Oh, nice. And so it was originally just supposed to be like a fill-in thing, but then it was like we had so much fun that he was just like,
just extended and kept going.
Why don't you just be in the band? It's like, I'm down. Be in the band, and then
it's a great sound. I love the stuff I've listened to with you guys is awesome.
Thanks.
And I know you guys had a huge show a little bit back when you guys got to play at Sea.Hear.Now.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
That was a blast, bro. I mean, throughout my tenure as a musician, it's like I've played a few festivals and none of them were as cool as that.
Yeah.
That was like,
because it's like home base where you're from.
It is home base, but it's like, I don't know, man. It was just so fun. And we were just, everybody was just in this like mindset, this like grind set, if you will. And, it was just a good time, dude, to like, we were practicing like 3-4 days a week, like just constantly rehearsing, like, okay, we were planning like, oh, what are we going to wear? What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Well, like, that's a huge thing, man. That's as big as it gets in New Jersey.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I'm like hyped. And I was in such good shape.
Well, that's a moment in time. You can, like, you know, I gained a few too, so you can look back. Oh, look how good I look. It's a great sound. The band really has such a great sound.
Yeah, it's cool. We like definitely. It was fun watching Yawn Mower go from a 2-piece to like, even before I had joined and they had expanded the lineup. I was like, that's awesome. And even a couple shows prior to that, they would have like once in a while, like someone will come up and play bass, and it's like, ah, man, like you guys should just get more people.
Yeah.
But there's also, you know, I always loved the 2-piece. I fell in love with Yawn Mower the first time I saw, and it was sick when Biff asked me to be in the band. I was like, hell yeah, I'm down.
Well, that's a huge accomplishment. You're actually playing again this September, right?
Yeah, with the Tide Bends.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the fact that, for anyone who doesn't know, Sea.Hear.Now is this big music festival that happens in Asbury Park every year. It's the middle of September every year, and it's kind of as big as you can get it for a festival in this area.
Right, and it's like the I guess it's like the promised land for local bands and stuff.
Of course.
Like they want to be on that festival so bad.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm honored to have had the opportunity to do it twice.
How did that come about? Were you reached out to by?
So in both situations, both times, it's like for Yawn Mower and the Tide Bends, I don't handle that kind of thing. So, they got reached out to, and then they reached out to the band, and they were like, what are you guys doing in September on this date? And we were like, I don't know. That's like 9 months out. Why? What's up? And it's like, you want to play Sea.Hear.Now? It's like, do I want to play Sea.Hear.Now?
That's awesome.
And yeah.
Well, the gravity of just even say like, I got to be in this festival with like so many legendary bands.
Yeah,
it's definitely an ego boost, I'm sure.
It's nuts. I mean, I try to not be that guy, but yeah. It was cool, man. And it's wild to be like in catering and like Sheryl Crow's there.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's crazy. And then it's like, you just see.
What was the coolest person you saw?
Well, we saw the Breeders.
Oh, wow.
And we actually met Kelly Deal, which was cool. And we were like, oh my God, we're such big fans of you. Who else did we run into? Sheryl Crow and catering. And it's like, I don't know. It's that whole weekend is a blur.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'll be a blur this time. It's just like,
And guys were just able to hang out and just chill, watch the rest of the festival and do whatever you wanted.
It was cool. Like I love that stuff. That's like I said, like I hate going to music festivals, and I've always had this thing. It's like, and I know how douchey it sounds, but I don't
turn the volume up, Pat, so we can hear
I don't like to go to festivals unless I'm playing them because it's just
we should get a t-shirt made.
I know, right? That. It's just like, I hate the heat. That's really what it is. I hate the heat. I hate when water costs $75 a bottle. And it's like, I don't know. It's just, they treat the bands well. Sea.Hear.Now treats the bands well. It's like, I did, Skate and Surf. I did Warped Tour. I've done Bamboozle a bunch of times. None of them treat the bands as good as the bands get treated on Sea.Hear.Now.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I've been to a couple of the Sea.Hear.Now festivals, and my only gripe is when the bands are playing in two different spots.
Yeah.
And I love them equally. And I'm like, I'm going to miss a good 20 minutes of this set.
That is. But
they're better now. Like, I guess that was like the first one they did. I can't even remember who the first one was, but I did go to the one where Green Day was playing. I guess it was a couple years ago.
Was that
Green Day did the Sunday one?
22?
Yeah, I think so. And it was just better because everything was spaced out and you can go see who you wanted to see.
Yeah, when we played Yawn Mower, it was like, I don't know, everybody was complaining that the sound was really bad on the beach stage. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I didn't notice that. Admittedly, I wasn't really by the beach stage. I was more interested in all the bands on the park stage.
Yeah.
Which was cool because, like you said, it's like, the worst thing is when I want to go see this band.
Yeah.
But I also want to go see this band. Mm-hmm. Another reason I don't like festivals. It's like,
yeah, but it's definitely wild because, like, I've been in Asbury Park now with my business 11 years. And to see it be like, it's just, it's Asbury Park, and then all of a sudden it's not. It's like another animal.
Dude, I lived up there in 2016 to 2017 or 18 or something for like a year and a half. And yeah, that was like right at the start of it. It was started to be different.
Yeah,
It's just like, I don't know if I like this. And
change is always messes with people.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but it's still a great place, especially for like music and stuff.
Well, me and Biff were talking before, and I think they just need to put more small venues in.
Right.
They have to.
That's
with the Saint gone. It's just give people a chance.
Yeah,
to play.
I'm worried for the venues that still exist. It's like, how long until someone comes in and says, I want to knock this down and build condos.
Like I said, I've been in Asbury for over a decade. Every summer I hear, they're tearing the Stone Pony down. They're tearing down. They're going to put them on the beach.
I've been hearing that for like 25 years.
I know. And I'm like, okay, well, they haven't done it yet. So
that was like one of the first reasons that when I was like young, like in my teens, I was like, we got to play the Stone Pony. I hear that they're going to get rid of it. We need to play the Stone Pony before it closes.
I played there so many times, and my favorite memory ever is Kyle, the promoter, calling me and saying, "You can't play tonight." And it was this band Mayday Rising I was in, and like, "You can't play tonight." I'm like, "What, dude? We sold 100 tickets like you wanted. What happened?" He's like, "Oh, the roof caved in."
This is like probably around like 08.
Yeah. I was young. I
remember this.
I was like, this is my chance to make it, man. I was like 21 or something. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, the roof caved in. You can't play. We'll let you know when we reopen.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember shortly before the roof caved in, I went to see a friend's band there, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. I want to get my band on this.
Yeah.
And then like literally a week later,
It's my favorite.
Dude, they're closed.
Yeah. It's my favorites. There's a lot of politics there. People, they screwed over a lot of people there, but I love the Stone Pony. I love the stage there. I like the vibe inside.
Yeah.
And the only real gripe I have about it is, like I said, the politics there. You got these young bands, like you need to sell this much and you get $25 after you play.
Right. Yeah.
It's a
pay to play is
pay to play sucks.
very, very lame.
Yeah. It's outdated. It's
predatory.
Yeah, predatory. Especially when you're when these kids are like, they do their showcases. Like, oh, we have this 18-year-old band. You're gonna make it, kid. You're gonna be the biggest star in the world. But you gotta give us $2,000 at least, or we can't let you play. And also, on top of that, if you don't give us the $2,000, you're never playing here ever again. They hold a grudge on you.
Do they still do like the break contests, like those Battle of the Band stuff? Do you know?
I think they call them showcases. It's a showcase now.
Still, it's not.
They still do them. I think they do it like every April or something. They'll have like kids come out and they do a Battle of the Bands to see who's going to make it. And then they say you could potentially be on a summer stage show. And I'm like, no, summer stage is Live Nation. You can't get on that stage unless you know somebody or you're in a tour.
Yeah.
But, and then they put on the very bottom, oh no, inside stage. That's how they get away. Summer show.
Like those,
inside stage.
Right.
It's just,
Those shows are good though. I've been in and seen plenty of bands that do those where it's like, you close out the night for a national act or you start
they're fun.
Before, and it's like, it's always a good crowd.
Because there's a great crowd and people have fun.
Yeah.
The first time I ever got in there, I snuck in when I was like 15 or 16 and I saw Bad Fish. And I was such a huge Sublime fan. I was like, I was very like, I got to go and just watch it and see how it is. And to this day, I'll never forget the Bad Fish was about to start and their amp blew up on the stage. Like
literally exploded?
Smoking. Like the tubes were on fire.
It's pretty wrong.
And they were like, can we borrow somebody's amp? And some guy, God bless him, gave him the amp.
And he was like, good set.
And good set. And then they played. And you just never forget those rooms. Like when you're a little kid, and you're like, oh my God, I want to play that stage.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I felt even going to the Saint when I was like 12, 13. I was like, dude, I won't play here so bad.
Yeah.
And now nobody gets the chance to play there. And it sucks because that room was awesome.
Yeah. And apparently they were going to move it, but I don't know where they're going to move it to. This episode of That's Entertainment is brought to you by Shore Sips, the vodka water that is 100% real fruit juice, 80 calories, and is completely gluten-free. Say goodbye to bubbles and hello to Shore Sips. So I also wanted to highlight another music video that you're in that I can't tell you how much I love the concept. I love the way it was shot. I love the song.
I think I know
the Big
about.
Lebowski is one of my top 10s. I love that movie. I've seen it a million times.
Same.
I know Biff recorded it and filmed it, and it's an awesome music video. So let's listen to this one.
Hell yeah.
This is New Year's at the Airport by Yawn Mower. I mean, the costumes are so spot on.
Yeah, dude, it was
the
wild.
the coloring, the bowling. It's just so good,
dude. He crushed it.
I love it.
Hell yeah, same. Yeah, I was hyped on that one. We had finished it, like shooting it, and it was like I would hit a Biff like every other day, like what's up with that?
How long did it take you to film this?
A day?
Yeah.
Like 4 hours maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool because it was, it was kind of crunch time, and we were like, dude, we have bunch of singles coming out. The first single, is so good.
You don't fuck with the Jesus.
Yeah, it was like crunch time. We had a bunch of singles coming out, and Biff was like, dude, we have to shoot videos. And so we were trying to like figure out what to do, and Mike had just DJ'd a party at this bowling alley. And he was like, I could probably get us into the bowling alley. It's like, yeah, but what are we gonna do in the bowling alley? And we had previously been like, maybe we could like recreate a movie or something. And I was like, bowling alley movie.
It's a match made in heaven, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of my favorite movies, and you did great justice to it.
We tried. That was
early. Like all the shots. Like, yeah, it's great,
dude. Yeah, he went like shot for shot, did a bunch of research, and was like, watched the movie and was like, I want this shot, I want this shot, I want this shot. And then the day that we got there, super early call time, and then we got there and just banged him out, dude.
Mark it a 0, dude. It's great. So I don't know Mike well. I know his brother Matt.
Yeah.
And also, he's got a great voice too. The whole band is very, very solid. Biff is doing good right there, screaming at everybody.
It's like, yeah, and the costumes, it was like, as we were like, all right, Big Lebowski, Biff like immediately went on the phone and was like, all right, this costume's like $30. This one's like $30. Found the exact pants, the exact jacket that the dude wears. Yeah. It's like, all right, cool, man, I got you.
But this is what I love about independent music. Like, you go to anybody else and be like, all right, we got to shoot that. And people make up an excuse. If you're like a major label, all right, we're going to do this recreation. This is going to cost like $50,000. We're going to do this, that, the other thing.
And we do it with like no budget.
You have no budget. And look how creative it was. Look how many great shots you got. Look how good the band was. The song is great. That's what I love about indie music. It's like, you can come up with so many amazing things with no money.
Yeah.
Because you have to.
Yeah.
Or like
you have no choice.
Yeah. Like Robert Rodriguez, when he talks about when he did his first movie before Desperado, El Mariachi, I think it was. And he did it for $6,000. And he's like, I just had to come up with ideas. Like, I couldn't afford another guitar case. Like, literally, he couldn't afford to buy another guitar case. So the guitar case was black. And when he opened it up, it had this like, I think it was like a red mesh. Mm-hmm. And he couldn't show that red mesh. So he just cut around it. He's like, the red mesh doesn't go.
Who cares?
He's like, I'm not getting another. He's like, I won't buy another guitar case. It's too much money. And he just came and he's like, all right, we're going to shoot this. This guy's going to go on a zip line and go from the zip line down to a bus. I know a guy who has a bus.
Yeah.
And it costs nothing.
Right.
Except a guy risking his life going down a zip line to get hit by a bus.
Yeah, it's just, you call in favors or you meet people who are also very supportive.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, we love what you do. Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's awesome. And I just want to transition really quickly into another segment we talk about on the show is Desert Island Records. So you kind of touched on your influences, music that you love. If you had no other option, if you had to listen to one, it could be a song or a whole album, something you will never live without, what is your Desert Island record?
I know
it's an impossible question.
Oh man.
If that's something like, I can't live without this. I have to hear this all the time. I have to know that I have it and I can listen to it.
Oh man.
I'll give you a second. I'm gonna save you right now. I'm gonna talk about mine.
Okay.
Blood Sugar Sex Magic by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, in my opinion, is the best thing they ever did. And when I first heard this album, I was in like all teenager, rough patch.
Right.
Like, who am I? And I listened to this album over and over and over again. And it just doesn't get old. Like, because they're like the kings of the double album.
What song? I always forget what song.
So this has Power of Equality. It has Funky Monk, Suck My Kiss, I Could Have Lied, which I think is one of the best things Frusciante ever did with them. Give It Away, obviously. Under the Bridge. It's just...
So this one is chock full of the hits.
And one of my favorites ever is Sir Psycho Sexy. That bass, the way the bass sounds in this album, and like you said, like you could play every note you want, and so can Flea, but he didn't. And this
Right.
album, it's so riff and groove. Like and Frusciante's a monster.
Yeah.
And one of the songs, he's just kind of hammering an E note. That's all it is. And it works.
But it's the feel.
It's all
It's
feel.
the vibe.
I can't live without this album. That is one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah, I would say, I guess one, and this harkens back to lyrics for me. Good News for People Who Have Bad News by Modest Mouse is probably up there.
You love them, huh?
I mean, they're
When did that start?
with that album.
With that album?
Yeah, that was just like you brought up like when you were a teenager. I remember there was a store. I grew up in Point, and do you remember Atomic CDs?
Yeah, of course.
So what was cool was like Atomic CDs was like right down the street from my house. And I used to go, and the dude, I forget his name. Sorry, RIP too, because he passed away. But he knew that I played music, and he used to like recommend stuff to me every time I went in there. And he was like, "Oh, I noticed your buying patterns. Do this," and that was one of the albums. He was like,
And that was a suggestion.
"That was a suggestion
from a nice guy,
from a nice dude at a record store." Was like, "Get this album," and I was like,
that changed your entire
like,
musical taste.
Okay, and and then I put it on, and I was just like, the lyrics of it, immediately were just like, dude. Yeah, this is how I feel. Yeah, like and I was like
so wild.
I was
how
like
that is
14, so it was like just the perfect time to get into it, and it was like right at that time. It's like that was around the time that I had gotten my PRS, and I like really liked all like the bendy shit that he would do. Like with his bridge and stuff.
Talk about melodic guitar playing,
right?
They're so good.
I was just like, dude, like I can do that. I was like, his lyrics are like up my alley. They're kind of like what I strive to do with lyrics. And I was like, oh, this is the one. So I guess I would pick that record.
Yeah. That's
or like, any of their records, really.
No, that's good. That's a good choice. That's how like it was because I have an older brother. My brother is 4 years older than me, my brother Frank. And I kind of would always look like, what do you got? Like, and he was, being the nice older brother, he's like, I think you'll really like Tom Petty.
Yeah.
And he gave me the greatest hits record. It was a CD. I was like, I think you're really going to like this. And they're playing every summer at PNC Bank Arts Center. And we're going to go this summer.
Dude, and you know what sucks about the fact that he played at PNC every summer was I never got to see him.
You never saw Tom Petty?
I never saw him, and I kick myself regularly for that. I also never got to see Ozzy. And I
never saw Ozzy either, dude.
And I'm like, I never thought that I would, no offense, but like I never thought I would care.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, now that I can't see it, it's like, bro, that sucks.
That's the first stuff I learned. My guitar teacher was like, all right,
Crazy Train.
I'm going to teach. No, he Sabbath. Oh. He was teaching me Iron Man. He was teaching me Paranoid and NIB and The Wizard and all these iconic Sabbath songs. Because he's like, oh, you're left-handed. Play some Sabbath. And I was like, I don't know who that is. And he's like, and he played it for me. And the first one was, it must have been Black Sabbath. It was the first song on the first album. And it's that note, and it's like, sounds like a horror movie. I'm like, what is this? He's like, take it home. He gave me the record. Take it home. Listen to it.
Go hang out in the dark. And listen to this.
Get real depressed on me when I come back. By the way, it's $35 for the lesson. Get out of here. But that music and Ozzy's, people like, I posted about this. Like, everyone talks about how Ozzy was a psychopath and had all these biting people's bats and birds and all this shit. Like, do you realize how good he was? He was an incredible singer.
Yeah, he was great.
Like, listen to Sabbath, listen to the first few Sabbath albums, even like his solo careers. Okay, it's very metal. It's very like, very produced.
Right.
But the Sabbath shit, it's wild.
Yeah, it's very good.
And how he could sing like that. And he was so messed up all the time. And how he could hit those notes.
He's like the polar opposite to, what's that band, Iron Butterfly?
Oh, yeah.
Dude was trying, you know the story.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, that's just God-given talent, I guess. Because nobody showed him how to do that.
He was something.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I can't thank you enough for being on the show, Rudy.
Of course, man. Thank you for having me.
Where can people listen to your music? Where can they find it?
They can find it on all streaming under Bristler. I mean, you can find Yawn Mower as well. You can find the Tide Bends. You can find Vin Brew and the Long Branch Davidians. I don't know. There's tons of stuff.
Yeah.
You're better off just finding me on Instagram. And then
What's your Instagram handle?
my Instagram handle, my personal is Hunk Hogan. Hulk Hogan also just died.
Brother.
And
my God. Rough week.
I was, if you're like a 50-year-old guy who's forklift certified, maybe. But yeah, so that, and then Bristler, the band, Yawn, is there an underscore in Yawn Mower? Yawn _ Mower.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The Tide Bends, I think, is just the Tide Bends.
All right.
Yeah, you'll find it.
All right. Thank you so much, Rudy.
Yeah, of
and
course.
right now, Rudy's going to play his original song, Jaguar Shark. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good time.
High above the clouds where we walk, or I imagine that we would, if we only could live the type with wine for water, judging silent, looking down like we were dust upon the ground. And I held out while time was wasting. I couldn't wait for life to start, taking stabs within the dark. When my heart began its changing and turned me inside out, looming fear and crushing doubt. No yarn to string my path along. Still I won't look back in anger. The products of my thoughts are not my fault. If life's a sea, is fate my anchor? I will ride the wave to where upon the shore it breaks.